Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Amy. Today we have my monthly release in my shop with my hand-drawn designs. So we are going to go ahead and take a look at the washi tapes and quickly flip through these. I did flip through these in a previous video. And then we'll go ahead and set up my bullet journal for February. So funny thing, we are in January now. It's January 8th as I'm filming this. And I haven't even touched this yet for January because I was on vacation. I got back yesterday essentially. So I need to play catch up for January stuff sometime today on my own and start filling it out. So you'll notice nothing's filled out. I haven't finished my 2026 pages yet either. So I've got a lot of planner and journal catch up to do. But today we have my shop release. And as I said, I did flip through these fully in a quick little video on January 6th. But here's a very quick look at the stickers releasing. These are available on my shop now. So go ahead and check it out if you're interested. This is a 20-page sticker book with hand-drawn designs, and then there's the matching monthly trackers and scrapbook papers in what I call my Moments and Moods book. So just flipping through, skipping a few pages, just giving you a good look at what's in here. You'll see more of it as we start to design. And then here's the monthly trackers book. As you can see, scrapbook papers, planner pages, and monthly trackers. These are all on A5 sized sticker paper. All right. Then we have our 6 tapes that coordinate with it this month. So these are also available in my shop now. So just for a super quick look, let's just put a few down here like this on this piece of paper. So we've got these horizontal stripes. We've kind of got these diagonal stripes, which make me think of like candy stripes. I don't know. And then I've got some checkerboard. This month's theme is Sweetheart Soda Shop, which my patrons voted on. Every month my patrons suggest themes, and we've think about it a few months ahead because of the drawing and manufacturing timeline. So we just decided on April's theme, for instance. But every month they suggest themes, and then we vote on my top 4, and then whatever happens after that. So these are the 6 tapes that are releasing along with the stickers and Moments and Moods book. As a reminder, every month I'm slightly increasing manufacturing, trying to find that happy spot where I have all the things for my patrons, because patrons do receive these month after month, don't have to purchase each month. So you can go check if there are any spots available for next month. I will be opening up some spots at some point for the next month. And I'm trying to get enough in my shop so that those who are not patrons can get it if they want to, or get, you know, exactly what they want. So I did increase it this month. There's more, but last month I did sell out. So we're just figuring this out, right? So if you see it and love it, make sure you grab it, because I'm guessing it will sell out, just hopefully not as quickly as it did last month. We're figuring out. It's hard to figure out how much to get. All right, so as you can see, I've got some blank pages still in my bullet journal. I'll be working on those soon. This is my word of the year section, bloom. So I've got that done. I have an extra page here as well for my 26 and 26. And then this is my January pages, and we'll be doing something similar setup to this again. But this is what we had done for January. And now it's time to set up February. So what I like to do first is, these pages are perforated, so I can pull out the pages that I want to use. And these are made to fit A5, which is this. And they're going to be slightly wider than an A5 because of the binding, so you will have to trim it a little bit, but it fits within it. Now, I'm using an 8x8 because I like to add Dutch doors to it. So you will see an 8x8 is slightly shorter than the A5. So I will always be trimming it a little bit to fit it in the 8x8, but then that leaves me all this extra space to play with Dutch doors. So we are going to pull out all the things we need so we can go from there. So we're going to use the February cover. We're going to use the goals. I have a lot of extra sheets in here for whatever people might need. Oh, by the way, these are available as printable too. So if it's sold out or you like printing things in your own sizes, you can grab the printable. I have file sizes for big, classic, and mini happy planner, A5, and daily grind planner. But you can always change the big happy planner one in your print settings to fit whatever size you need. All right, we're going to use the mood tracker and the habit tracker and the step tracker. Do we want to use the step tracker this month, or do we want to use the... Oh, I do want the water tracker this month. I didn't drink enough water last month. I may want to use the workout log instead. Yeah, let's use the workout log this month. Okay, and not the miles page. I do want to use the gratitude log, at least this top section. Sometimes I make my own log, like in a different setup. Don't need the sleep tracker this month. Self-care bingo is my most important one. I love this one. This is where it all started. All right, month in review and the little quotes page. Okay. I love using, okay, so these are planner pages if you're setting up like planners or you want to journal in little sections, and there are different layouts. But I've been using these square ones as like decoration in here, like this. That's how I've been using them lately. So don't be afraid to cut things up and use it your own way. But I think we're going to leave it at that for now and grab some scrapbook papers later. But let's figure out what order we're going to put things in. This is definitely going to go in the front. This is going to go on the second page. Okay. Then what's going to go together? Where is... Come on. This one is going to go on the front page. I love having the quotes page here if I can. That usually turns out really nicely. I like having these two together, so they can go on the next one. Then water tracker and workout log just kind of go together well. So we'll do that there. Gratitude log, I think we'll do a full page spread for that one, like all the way across. So I'll be making my own thing, which might be nice to use these in that this month. So let's put those in there for that one. And then self-care bingo, I do a full page for, and then month in review would be on its own. Is there something else I can put in there to kind of use it? Unless I do, no, don't want to use that one today. Anything, I could do a monthly challenge, or I could use this for tracking something other than steps. I saw a patron who cut off this part and just used this for a different thing. What if I use it? One of my goals is to read 75 books this year. What if I use this as like a reading tracker kind of? Well, I'll think about that. I'll set it up in a way that I can change. I don't have to put books. Like, I won't label it yet. We're going to cut off that part. Okay. So we know what we're doing. We have a lot of pages here, right? So I think what's best is to start from the second to last page, because then I can cut exactly where I want and work my way forward. Is that going to work? Okay. Because last month, the problem starting from the front, let me show you, was that I didn't have enough space for January goals right here. And so I had to cut these and put them like that. What if I just start, instead of with this page, what if I start with the back side with the February goals here? Yeah, let's do that. Okay. I'm going to grab my bigger scissors. They are right here. It's easier to cut the big stuff with the bigger scissors. And as I said, because this is slightly bigger than the 8x8, I am going to be trimming all of these, but also I'm trying to make this as skinny as possible so we have as much Dutch door space as possible for the next pages. So I am trimming all of these to make it fit how I want with the Dutch doors. You don't have to cut them like this. If you're just sticking them into an A5, you'll just need to trim off a tiny little edge and then just stick them in and they'll fit. All right. So we're just going to go right here with this, and that'll tell us exactly where we will be moving forward with the rest of our designs. Okay. So now let's not fold it over on itself, and let's try to keep a pretty straight line if we can. Sort of straight line. Close enough. Okay. So tapes, which one do I want to start with? We have a little bit of the green in the jukebox. Let's go ahead and use the green on this and put it right here. All right, and this one is going to be just a simple waterfall tab. We will not make it anything with a more flowy Dutch door. We will have some pages later that are like that though. We'll just make a simple one to get started though. So we go like this, and then we'll get this page done. So again, I need to trim this down to make it fit, and we'll use the green on the other side of it. This theme was so fun to create. My patrons voted on like a 50s sweet shop kind of vibe, but geared towards Valentine's Day. So thus all the hearts and little be mine and love you candies and all of that. Little postage stamps with hearts. Hearts on the soda and the fries and all of that. Just a super fun little theme. All right. There we go. And getting this part down. So we are just back from vacation. We got back 2 nights ago, very late. And today is my son's first day at a full day of preschool. He's not doing full days every day because he's still sort of napping. But I'm excited to have a 9 to 5 to get things done and not have to pick up in the middle of the day, put down for nap, like all that stuff. It's pretty cool. All right, this one, I just want to get some stuff out of the way. So I'm just going to cut this and get it down. We will do the side at the end once we've made all the Dutch doors. But if we do it like this, you can see just a little bit. Can I get it over as far as possible so we don't see it? What if I put it like here? Do we see the M? No. Okay, great. So we're just going to get it over as far as possible. And I think, okay, do we want it up like this to be even or down like this for having them be a little bit offset? Let's keep them even this time with the images. There we go. Okay. And then, so this goals page had extra space. So we are going to figure out some more little spots to just put some stuff. Oh, wrong book. Okay. Because we have 4 goals here, but we could do more goals. just because we're back from vacation and all of that. So the way that I might want to do that, thinking about things that I have here. I really like this, and we don't need the Monday, Tuesday, all of that. We can white that out. So that goes actually really well with this because we've got these here and then here, and that's gonna be beautiful. I chose this one. The other one has them on this side. This one I think will look nice because then we'll have washi tape here, so then you kind of have design on both sides of this page, and that looks cool, I think. Okay, that'll do. And just, again, trimming to fit within here. And we'll just put it like this. So then we'll have spaces for 8 February goals, which is a nice amount. I could choose one for like physical health, one for mental health, one for family, one for home environment, one for work, and just have all these different goals here. Cool. Now the important part is to line this up so that I can get the next tape down. And we don't want to do another lined one like this. We want to choose something different. Let's go with the red for some color pop. Just making sure I get it straight. Yeah, that'll do. Very cool. Love that large goals section. All right, we have a lot going on here, so I think, again, I am not going to add anything extra on this Dutch door. I think the next one, it would make sense to add something to it. So we'll have to think about that as we get there. This morning was actually our very first true like frosty day as well. So I had to like defrost the car and all that stuff this morning. I'm really hoping we get some snow this year. We really didn't get anything last year. Like just a light dusting, if I recall. Okay, so we're gonna put the habit trackers here. Last month, I only tracked 6 habits. I think that's probably going to be the same. So instead of leaving it blank, I'm just going to cut off the bottom 2 so that I can do this. And then I can put some boxes down or some more decoration down or something like that. Okay, so we're going to leave it at the top. As always, I do kind of the layout of the page and the framing of the Dutch doors first, and then I go into any decorations or extra boxes after. So that's why you'll see like half finished pages here, just because I want to make sure that if I need a sticker for a Dutch door, I don't use the coordinating sticker, you know, the mirror image sticker on something else. So I always do the Dutch doors first. Okay, now if we go over like this, that is fine spacing, so I will just trim a little bit so this can go a little closer, but I don't need to trim both sides. All right, very cool. February mood tracker. The mood tracker is one of my favorite ones always. I think my favorite one I did though of the mood trackers was in November, which was cozy cabin themed, and it was like a cabin, and each one was like a wood slat or the door or a window, and so it made a whole scene. That was really cool. Okay, now that we've done those, let's do one of the candy stripe ones, and we have red here, so let's use the more green and blue one. And let's check how this goes. We're putting this down, and then we're going to figure out the Dutch door piece. But first, see this? We will get a Dutch door towards the bottom here to account for the next page. Ooh. Do I want to use... Okay, so I made these this month. Do I want to use these on this spread or my creative journal spread? Because I love making little diagonal things on the front and back page. I don't know which journal I want to use them in yet, but I only have one of them. So for this one, you can see not everything is mirror imaged. These are not set up fully for Dutch doors, but they are set up with some Dutch door items. So let's take a look. So these are all on clear sticker paper, so I would have to cut out the tape around it, or I could go to these paper ones back here because these do have mirror images and they're on paper, so I don't have to cut out the sticker. Let's do that. And let's do, okay. We're going to make a little scene with these. Mood tracker. So let's get a little heart. Like that. And then I think just a love you on this side. Okay, so that's going to be the simple Dutch door right there. We'll cut that out and then get those on the other side as well. So now that we've done that much, you could use your scissors to cut out the rest of this, but I like using my gyro cut. It just is a little bit faster and a little bit easier for me. But use whatever cutting tools you have on hand if you're cutting out Dutch doors. There we go. Okay. And yeah, that fits really nicely. I barely have to do anything to it. I will just trim both sides here and a little bit on the inner edge, just so I don't have to curl the paper right in there. I find it makes the journal really thick if you're curling all your pages right into the edge. The journal sits better without that. Okay, now lining things up to be somewhat straight is the hardest part once you've cut these. Oh, I did get some right into the corner either way. That's all right. Okay. Put it a little too far over, but whatever. Okay, lift up to try to deal with that little bump, but oh well. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just very lightly go down with the gyro cut to get this part out of the corner or the edge. And it is fixed. There we go. Okay, perfect. And we used this one. All right, so the matching stickers are going to be towards the back. And then I just try to lay them down to line up with where the cut lines were. So we have that, then we'll have the heart, and then we don't need the same sticker for these, but I don't want a pink one because we've already got the red one here, so let's do blue this time and do it like that. Okay, very cool. I did get it slightly over the edge with the white part, so I'm just going to trim that really quick. There. Okay, perfect. And good. Don't really have to trim this at all, other than for how I want it to sit. So do I want this to go up higher a little bit or lower? Higher. I think just getting them up towards the top just looks better for my preference for this month, but again, you can do it however you want to do it. Nice. Okay, so now we've done these three. Why don't we repeat and use these three following the same pattern? So the long stripe, and then the checkerboard, and then the other one. Okay, so then this question is, we have all this extra space. Can we put a Dutch door, like, funky thing here? This one is going to be the gratitude log. Yeah, we can do whatever we want here. Okay, let's find a nice sticker for that that goes well with what we've created so far. So I kind of like this one. Yeah, let's do that one. So that's going to require pulling this up because it's a clear sticker. If we put it on top of the washi tape, you'll see the washi tape through it. So we're going to trim the washi tape around the sticker. So we have to just go around the sticker, and I can see where the sticker edges are through the tape. So that does help so that I can trim this all. Perfect. All right. Scissors are over here. Trim this up. Oh, that looks so cute. And that works really well because we've got the soda shop here. So then we'll have that. These scissors are really loose. Let's tighten that. All right. Oh, and this looks so cute with the stripes and the stripes. Oh, unintentional awesomeness. Okay, gratitude log we will set up after we finish the Dutch doors, because that one doesn't really matter for how it all sits on the page, because that one I like creating just different stuff every month. So it doesn't really need to fit in any box that we're creating. We'll create it once we know what the form of the rest of the spread is. So cute. I love it, you guys. Okay. So we get this one first, and then the stripe tape. And then again, trim around the sticker. Now these ones are mostly set up for Dutch doors, but the only thing is because of music, the music notes, one of my big pet peeves as a musician, I have a music degree, one of my big pet peeves is when you get music stickers and the music notes are facing the wrong way. Like if you flip them, they're not correct anymore. So they are not perfect mirror images because I had to keep the music notes being the correct direction, because it irks me and I cannot use them as well. Like I can't look at them as much on my spread if they aren't like correct. So that's why this little piece right here, I'm going to trim off that little white or clear part, because it doesn't fit perfectly. So that's the reason why If you don't know music notes, if you can't read music notes, then that probably doesn't matter as much to you. But for me, that was super important. So it's not a perfect mirror image just because of that. Everything else is flipped. I'm going to set these aside so we can move on to the next one. Self-care bingo will easily fit. So let's just get it set up. We are on to blue checkerboard. And for this one, because not everything, well, I need to move it over a little. Not every page has like the cutout Dutch doors. The first ones are waterfall tabs. Let's make this one a waterfall tab too. Waterfall tabs are just the really simple ones that are just like straight cuts. They're simple and easy, and the easiest Dutch doors you can start with. Very, very fun. And again, self-care bingo, we will set up after we finish the framing of the spread, because that is not important to fit in with our Dutch doors. Because again, self-care bingo, I add all these extra things in to make a full page spread, or full 2-page spread. Okay, so that's going to be self-care bingo. Then we've got our step tracker and month in review. And this one is going to be this. Oh, I love how it's all in order like that. That's so cute. Okay. I actually have an idea for month in review, so I might change up some plans. We'll see. Do I want a Dutch door on this? I don't think I actually need this because the month in review I have an idea for. Do I want a Dutch door on that? Yeah, sure. Okay. Something in the middle just to balance this out. Oh, the Be Mine. That's so cute. Okay. Like here. Yeah, just like that. And this one isn't mirror imaged because I didn't want the text to go backwards. So it's pretty rectangular though, so it'll be a pretty good fit either way. And this one doesn't need the gyro cut because again, pretty straight lines. Perfect. Oh, this is looking so fun. All right, get this one down. And then our Dutch doors are complete, you guys. Washi tape stuck everywhere. Very good. Okay, so now time to finish the rest of the spreads in here. Okay, so this one is the gratitude log. And so what I want to do is cut off all of this and put this in here. And then put these in as well. So what we have to do is just cut them up like this so that I can use them. And on the gratitude log, what do I want to do? So I have it set up as like a daily gratitude log. Do I want to do that, or do I just want to fill spaces this month and write in gratitude when I have it? I think a daily practice of gratitude is great, especially if you're getting started on your gratitude journey. It just helps me reframe a lot of stuff. But for February, maybe I don't want to focus on daily. Maybe I just want to focus on the big stuff, in which case layered boxes might be the way to go. And then having, you know, like 10, 15 spots for gratitude instead of 30. Maybe that's the way for this month. Let me think on that. But self-care bingo needs some layered boxes because that isn't a daily sort of setup. Okay. Well, first, either way, this is going to go down, so I need to trim it as small as possible to fit. There we go. We're going to put it like that. So the one thing about the daily gratitude log journaling is that I can use the functional stickers in here. I have these numbers, and then I can do that. I think I do want to do that. So if that's the case, then what I'm going to do is have some occasional stickers. By the way, this is me and my husband. I took our side profiles from our wedding because I'm terrible at portraits, and this was my wedding hairstyle and like all this stuff. So that was really fun to put us in there. Okay, so anyways, if we organize this to have some things, how does that look? Is it too busy over here? We have this stuff. That's why I'm like maybe putting 4 over there. I think I'm okay with that. Okay, we're going to do that and pull this spread together. Or do I want this separated to go over here? Yeah. Because there are 3 of these ones, so I didn't want all 3 of the ones with the doily lace things on that page. By the way, I always want to be transparent with y'all. I hand drew everything except the little lace things. I did not want to draw lace, so I used a commercial file for that one. But I always want to be aware of that, since I do say my stuff is hand-drawn. So just so you know, that part, too complicated. Everything else was hand-done. Okay, this one I'm going to put right up off the edge. Like that. We'll trim it in a second. And then we'll get this one here and do the same thing with the other one coming off the edge. Okay. There we go. That looks really cool. The other thing I love to do in this sometimes is use highlighter to add to the spread. So we're going to do that in this one if I can find the 2 right highlighters to go with our numbers. Okay, so February has 28 days this month. So we will put down 28 stickers, which means I need 14 on each page, okay? So we will start by getting my little clippy thing. My lighter for my candles are also in there, but get a little clip so this stops closing. And we're just gonna go and get 14 on this page if I can line them up correctly, and then 14 on the other page. We'll see. We'll see if I can line this up correctly. 4, then move the 5 over to this side. And then I don't want the 6 to be red with it too, so I'm going to go down this way and we'll jump around a little bit. Okay, so then 10, we may not get 14 on this page. We're going to try. We're going to get to like 12, I think. We'll see how this works. 10, we can always move the stickers if we need to put anything together. So 11 and then 12. Okay, so then we'll go 13, and these are going to be spaced a little differently because we have these little gaps and everything. So 13 and 14. So that's a little farther apart because it's smaller. 14, then 15 we'll put to over here. Again, that's pretty small, so we'll just do 15 and 16. And 17. Okay, let's see. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Okay, we can fit that. These ones are going to be really small, but it'll do. 18, maybe we can get 21 here. Let's see. 18, 19. No, I think it's only going to be 20. 20. 21. We'll go down. 22. 23. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Yes, okay, that'll work. Okay. It's just this one. It's going to have a little less space. I can write small for those last two. All right, so then as far as highlighter colors go, here's my pen pouch. All my most used colors are in here. So this one might be the correct red. Do I have a teal sitting in here? Here's a sort of teal. It might be too bright. I think I have another. Do I not have another in this bag? Okay, looking at colors. Looking at colors. No other teal. Do I have anything sitting over there? No. Okay, let's try these colors out and see what they look like. It's a little bit brighter than the other. So is that one. Okay. That's the same. Here are two others. That might be a little too bright. That's definitely too bright. Okay. I'm not feeling like I have the exact right color match for these. Maybe. Okay, instead of mild liners, let's see, I'm looking at some of my other pens. Here's a Tombow. That's in the same, like, color realm. It looks like they coordinate more, so that's okay. What about that? Here are Tombows. Here's a red. I don't think this is right. Okay, no, that is super bright. Okay, looking at, I have a whole pen wall here. I'm just looking to see. Okay, here's a mild liner that's a brush pen. No, still, that's the, like, same shade as that. Okay. Okay, I'm not seeing a match for the red in any of my pens, so we're not going to add pen to it. All right. Makes it simpler. All right, so now we need to do the self-care bingo. So what I'm gonna do is simply just stick this down on this side and use layered boxes from the sticker book on the other side for places to journal. So what I like to do is I fill out the self-care bingo by highlighting when I finish an item, and I change up the self-care bingo every month. So I have make a list items, I have journaling prompts. I try to get in self-care items that are all sorts of different things. So your physical self-care, your mental health, your social self-care with relationships or friends, all sorts of different things. So when I highlight things, I then have spaces over here to write down the list or the journaling prompts or any notes about the self-care that I did. So that's why I like adding another page here, just so like I don't have to find another page to do the journaling prompts. I just have it all right there. So we have, to make it really nice and easy, I have all these layered boxes. 3 pages of it in the sticker book. If you get the digitals, there's only 1 page of it, just because the digital sticker pack is slightly smaller than the sticker book. Okay. So we are going to we have all the food items here. So getting in ones with food seems to make sense. So let's make actually just a little thing that goes all the way up like that. So we have all these little boxes, and then we have this extra space for extra prompts. Okay, looks great. All right, now month in review, my idea here. I am going to take apart this entire page because we are going to do something fun with it. Okay, so I need to separate every single item. And I may need to cut these down more in just a minute. I think I actually do need to cut them down as close to the line as possible for this idea. Okay, so this one is a little difficult because the picture goes over the edge of this line. So what I'm going to do is just cut a straight line down here and get a black pen to not do it on the notebook, to just kind of cover over the image so we have a line there instead. Okay. So my idea is to grab some of the scrapbook pages and add them as backgrounds. So let's get, I don't need full pages, so I'm going to just cut partial pages. Let's do the pink lines. I like that one. I mean, I like all of them, but let's also do this one. This is so cute. And then because we have the stripes here, let's also do some of the stripes. Okay, so we are gonna put these on the backgrounds and then put them on the page. So I do just need to, it doesn't need to be all the way to the edge, but it does need to be fairly straight to make it look really good. So you could use a paper cutter for this, but I am trusting myself with the scissors right now. We'll use the paper cutter in a minute. Okay, so then what we do is we're gonna stick them all onto these, but I'm gonna cut these all out to figure out how the spacing works and try to get a good balance of the different designs on these pages. Okay. So your month in review page, if you're making it yourself, you can add any different little items that you want. These are the ones that I've always used, like highlight of the month, my monthly gratitude, things I learned and want to remember, most proud of, most challenging. Like all of these are things I like reflecting on, but you may have other prompts that you like. So that's why there's that thick line right here. So you can always trim off the title if you don't want the title. All right, we're almost done with this. This is so cool. Okay. Then this, we just have to do a little fussy cutting too. All right. And what I'm gonna do is just try to cut a really straight line right here. Okay, there we go. So now we have these different boxes or different scrapbook papers, and we are going to be putting everything on it. So this one is going to go, let's do it this way. We're going to put it right here, I think. And then we have 4 others, so they'll go on these ones. Yeah, okay. We're actually just going to put this straight in the middle so that then I can have the most space for cutting it in a minute to the right size. Okay, so then we're going to do 1 of these on each, and we can fit this one. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out exactly where I want to fit it for what we'll see around it. Right there. And this one then will go right. Could do this one sideways and cover over the Be Mine. Yeah, let's do this one sideways. Okay. And this one we don't need to have either direction either. Why don't we do them this way? That would fit better. Yeah, okay. All right, so now paper cutter time. This is my quick little paper cutter. I also have a more industrial one as well, but I find this works well enough for just my quick little cuts that I need to make. I like going this way, right-handed and all. Okay, so we're just going to go for it and trim it down. Oh, these are offset. I should cut them separately for where I want them. Okay, here we go. That far apart, and it's pretty close. Trim the bottom of this. Good. Okay, so this one has a little less space here, so I'm gonna try to get out the scraps and get this pretty close. That'll do. Then right there. Cool. Look at that. Just adds a little extra pop of color, and it's still on the sticker paper, so it is still going to be easy to peel and put in there. Okay, this one I want to keep a little extra space if I can. These are a little close though, so I might not be able to keep too much space. Let's cut this gap first so I know what I'm working with. Okay. That one is not quite right still. There we go. That's better. Now this one, I wonder, can I keep the top and the bottom thicker cuts and just do thinner cuts along the sides? How will that look? Oh, I like that because I can still see the Be Mine and more of the pattern. Okay, this one we have to cut with extra space. The only thing I don't like about this paper cutter is that all the scraps get stuck inside. Okay, so we need to leave enough space for the edge of these stickers. So yeah, that looks good. And there. Okay. Nice. Okay. Now, where did our... I've lost all the things. There it is. Okay. Month in review. There we go. All right, so then I have to remember we're not going to go on the very edge right there, but let's figure out how we want it. I think like this, and then figuring out where these are going to go for just spacing out these items. So we don't want to go over like this amount. Let's do it like that and put this one up. Yeah, that'll look good. We're going to do that. Okay, just sticking all the things down. Then we'll have a little extra space so we can put some decorative stickers in there, or leave extra space for like end of month journaling. Okay, very cool. Let's get these things done. Which, this one we need a bigger scrapbook piece. So let's use this one. That's going to be great. So this is the right size if you're using an 8x8 to get right over the edge. So I'm just going to split this down the middle for that. And then I'm also going to get a thin stripe for the other side. And then we have to trim off the edge. Okay. So this one, we're basically going to get to right there. Okay. Give it a little bit of space. And it still goes all the way to the edge. Great. And the hard part is just making sure you go over both edges if you're using an 8x8, because there's only that much space left. So be careful as you put things down. Okay, we have so many scraps. Lots of cleanup to do after this video. And then I need to actually set up my January pages because, well, we're in January. It's easier to cut this way. That looks awesome. Then we'll get this one here. And again, making sure I go all the way to the edge with it on both sides. once we get through this, okay, it's going to be easier to cut down this way. Once we get through this part, we're just going to flip through and see if any extra stickers are needed on any of the pages, any decorative stickers, any boxes, and then we'll be done. Okay. Okay. All right, let's take a look, see what we need. This page is done. Leaving some extra white space is always good. And this one is fine. This one, let's get just like a box or something, a box or two down here. We're going to have those ones not layered over each other, but then we're going to layer a third one like that. That way I can write down any other info about the habits, because this is a little small space. So if I want to say something in particular about a particular habit, then I have some space to do that. These are fine. This is great. That is fine. This one, let's put a couple extra decorative stickers in. I am going to be saving some of the things for my next spread tomorrow, which will be my creative journal spread using these. So I'm not going to use all the stickers, but we can get a few little pieces in just for funsies. Just filling in some of those little gaps that we won't use. Come on, little envelope. I think this one will look really nice right there. I'm feeling pretty good with that. Okay, so we are all done. As a reminder, these items are available now. Grab them quickly before they sell out. And as always, patrons at the sticker club level receive the sticker book each month. So payments made in January this month will go for shipments in February. So you would not, if you sign up for Patreon today, you would not receive this one. You would receive the next one. But sticker club members get the sticker book. Happy Meal enthusiast members get both items. So take a look for openings. I will be putting in a few openings later. And then these specific items are on my site now, but likely will sell out at some point. Okay, let's take a quick look. And then we got to get going and get to the next thing. I love how this turned out. This is one of my favorite themes we've done so far. So much fun. All right, everyone. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.